All right, Alan here, and got a ton of people on today, so that's awesome. I really appreciate you guys showing up, especially I know coming up before a 3-day weekend, it's kind of tough to get focused on things, but you guys obviously are smart enough to know you always have to take advantage of anything that comes up. So this is our first time ever we're doing this with the digital masterclass. And the one thing I will say is, because I know it's a long weekend coming up, I'm going to try not to take too much of your time. So I'm still going to try to get all the information in, and just, a lot of my trainings take at least an hour. This one I actually cut a little bit short because I do recognize the fact that you guys probably want to get out of there. So we're going to go through it now, and we're going to get rolling with the Underground Agency Secrets Digital Masterclass for the first time ever. So really hyped about it. So what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn how to turn your offline agency into an online powerhouse. And we're going to do this by showing you that you don't have to build websites or spend a lot of money on any type of marketing. All right. So that's the main thing I want to show you today, is how you can do this and not have to, break the bank in doing it. Okay. So my goal here today is not just to give you training, but anybody that's been through anything with me understands that I'm much more than training. You can go to trainings all the time and they're all good, but what I want to focus on is not just training this stuff to you, but showing you the implementation of it, because really trainings really make no difference if you're not implementing. So that's my goal today, is not just to teach you some things, but also teach you how to implement it and help you implement it going forward. All right. So why is this different? Just so I mentioned, one thing is we focus on implementation. The other thing is, what I want to do is show you how to transform your agency online, so you don't have to spend a ton of money anymore. We're going to show you today how to wipe out buying internet leads, how to wipe out, spending money on SEO and websites and all that expensive marketing that really is probably not producing a ton of results for you. Okay, so this is not going to be a training of why, you got to spend more money on certain things. This is a training on how to cut all those expenses out. All right, so it's going to save you a ton of money, show you different ways to do it, and even get better results. Okay. So if you stay till the end, what I'm going to end up doing too is, like I mentioned, show you the entire implementation process to all of this, and also how I can be your accountability partner to make sure it gets done for you and your agency. So for those of you who don't know, I know there's a lot of people that this is their first time on this with me. Yes, we are live, and someone was asking if we're live. No, this is not recorded. We are live, James, 100% live. And so I am Joe Davis. I'm sure in the picture you could probably guess which one I am. But there's my wife and 2 kids. And I started in the industry when I was 21, fresh out of college at a call center. Pretty much held every single job into the insurance business all the way up till I was an agent. And then I got into coaching a little bit while I was still an agent. So I did end up selling my agency to do this full time, because I absolutely love it. I get a lot more fulfillment out of this. And I get to talk to so many people. I've talked to thousands of agents in the short time I've been doing this. So it's been really exciting, and we've been blessed to be able to grow and become one of the top coaching, agencies in the country. And so what I focus on is really taking any agent to their next level. And what I mean by that is there's no set number. Everybody's a little bit different. Sometimes writing 100 cars in a month is average for some people. Sometimes writing 20 is average. So I want to take you to your next level, which is what all my trainings really focus on. Okay, so now a little bit of insight. The average agent I work with does write about 86 items per month. Some do go over 200. I have some under 86, and they're still doing great because of depending on where they are. I have agents in Long Island where if you're hitting 40 to 50 items, that's an awesome month because of competition rates, etc. But obviously I have other, down in Texas and things like that, they're writing over 200. But after doing this for 10 plus years, I finally realized that every change I've seen in the industry pretty much at this point has created an adapt or die mentality. Okay, so if you're not willing to change, you're going to fail. And that's what I ended up figuring out when I was an agent, and something that I really try to teach everybody I come in contact with. And also I learned that almost every offline process that we have is in some way, shape, or form able to be turned into an online process, which obviously is much more efficient. No matter if it's service, sales, follow-up, requoting, referrals, no matter what it is, it can be turned into an online process. And that's what I've discovered how to do. That's what I do with my agency, and that's what I teach people. All right. And the agents that fail, quite frankly, are the ones that just plain are not willing to change. And there's unfortunately a lot of them out there. Maybe they've been around a while. Maybe they just aren't comfortable with technology. But even if you are, not comfortable with technology and you're a little bit fearful of how to do it the right way, that's why we do these trainings. Now, if you're not willing, I will say this is a little disclaimer. If you're not willing to make some changes, there's no reason at all for you to sit through this, okay? Because what I am going to do, I'm going to make you think a little different today. I'm going to make you want to, need to do things that you might not have done before. So if you're not willing to do that, you're kind of wasting your time here. But if you are willing to do that, just type in I am willing to change, or just type in the word change. That way I know you guys are willing to change. All right. So I did finally realize that it's not that obviously agents weren't smart enough, they just didn't know enough. And so that's what I want to teach you is the actual knowledge and to make this an easy, seamless process. All right. Something that you guys, can adapt and go ahead and implement today. All right. And that's what it is. It's about changing now. It's not about, hoping that whatever I teach you is going to pay off in 6 months. This is something that's going to make an impact on your agency starting today. All right. So here's the mistakes that I find most major agents make online. Number one, they don't really understand how or where to spend money, and that's why they waste it. And that's why, for example, I hear agents talk about, well, I don't do anything on Facebook. It's a waste of money. It's not that Facebook is a waste of money. It's just you got to know the right way to do it. All right. And the other thing is I feel that when they market online, whether it's email marketing, social media posting, advertising on banner ads, it's only sporadic and they only do it in times of desperation. And that doesn't work. Okay. It's like, a week left in the month and you're not hitting your numbers. And all of a sudden that's when they're getting hard sell emails out to people. And it's just not effective. So there's a better way to approach that. And that brings me to the next two really. Is you don't want to purely sell hard online. And what I mean by that is, and we're going to go over this in depth, but they don't produce a lot of content. It's just basically sell, 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 and people don't respond to that. And then the last thing is they don't utilize every tool possible. All right. They really get narrow-minded. And when you put too many eggs in one basket, so you guys know as business owners, once that basket goes away and you don't have any other options, you're in trouble. So we got to make sure we're using every tool possible. This is not a class just on how to make Facebook successful or how to make email successful. This is a class to show you how to make every tool possible accessible to you, able to make an impact on your agency. All right. So here's some legal junk that, I kind of have to do. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all these, the trainings, the processes that are earning huge sales numbers for many of my agents. My clients and results are not typical, and this is why. And I already talked about this, but the average person who attends any training, whether it's mine or somebody else's, gets very little results because they don't implement any of it. All right, but I'm happy to show you exactly what's working for us for free. Mind you, it's not a get-rich-quick thing. This is not a work-from-home biz op, and these are the things I have to say. It's not for amateurs. It's only intended for insurance professionals that either are working in the industry or looking to get into it. All right, so this is not some some get-rich-quick scam type thing where I'm going to teach you how to do illegal stuff. All right, so that's my legal disclaimer. I like to say. Okay. So here's the number one mistake agents make in their marketing. And some of you probably saw this video, but I'm going to explain it to you real quick. What we tend to do as agents is not follow this customer flow process. And so the flow process pretty much is this. We need to first make the client problem aware, which means we need to show them why there's an issue of maybe their insurance coverage, their pricing, the company they're with, the coverage they're actually carrying. We need to show them why there's a problem there. We need to then show them what the solution is. And then we need to say, hey, we have the solution. Here's our product. What ends up happening is most agents skip those first two things in their marketing. They just go straight, can you give us an opportunity for a quote, or go online and, give us your information. We'll get you a quote. You need to make them aware of the issue first. Okay. A normal client doesn't understand why having bad bodily injury limits can go ahead and ruin their entire life. So we need to make them aware of that. Need to make them aware why if you don't have collision on a car that's only 3 years old, why that's an issue. So once we make them problem aware, then we can say, you know what, the solution is to bump up your coverage. The solution is to add this. And then we make them product aware. I have that solution here for you. All right. So two things you're doing here is you're warming people up to your process to get a quote. The other thing you're doing is you're showing them you are an expert before you're offering them a product. And that goes a long way with trust, which obviously we know we can't sell anything unless we have trust from our clients. All right, so we want to do this process first, the problem first, solution second, product third, which hopefully will end in a transaction. So everything we do, and it's what we're going to learn today in the digital masterclass, but also every other training I do follows this customer flow process. And this video was emailed to you guys, and it's a full training on it too. So I want you guys to watch it because I actually go through the steps. It's about an 8 or 9 minute video, so it's not super long, but I want to put this out there first because I find this is a huge mistake most people make. All right. So here's the 3 secrets of the digital agency we're going to go through today. Number 1, we're going to show how to use social media to obtain actual leads and then understand the concept of social selling. We're also going to learn the amazing power of email marketing when you do it right. And this was the number 1 tool I actually used to grow my business. And what's nice is once you have an email list, you don't have to spend money. All right. It's email. Emails are free to do. So if you do this the right way, all right, it's a powerful tool that will absolutely change your agency forever. And lastly, we're going to learn how to transform any offline process into an online method that's way more efficient for you and your staff. All right, so we're going to go right into it, guys, because like I said, I know it's coming up on a 3-day weekend, so I don't want to hold you too long, but we're going to start with secret number 1, which is using social media to obtain actual leads. And then we're also going to talk about the concept of social selling, which is a lot of hard selling versus social selling is what we're going to focus on here. All right, so lead capturing via social media. And there's several things you can do here. So number 1, I talk a lot about funnels, which basically is just a lead capture form. It's not a full website. And what those are is you can create them. I use a site called clickfunnels.com. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. I have a 2-week free trial because I'm hooked up with them you can use. But funnels, go ahead. And what it basically will do with a funnel is if you imagine, let's say you get sent to the grocery store and your spouse says, I want you to get a can of tomato soup. All right. So if you go into the grocery store that you've never been in before, you have to search all over the place. All right, to find your can of soup, you got to go down the bread aisle, the dairy aisle. You might have to go past the butcher station, whatever. That's a website. All right, that's a website. Your full grocery store is a website. Now imagine walking into the store and it's just full of tomato soup. All right, that's a funnel because we're leading people in the right direction. That's what a funnel does. And that's the same thing that a lead form does. And that's a Facebook. It's a Facebook process that I've nailed down. And what you basically can do with these lead forms, guys, if you do it the right way, is you get leads for about $2 to $3 a pop. And what that lead, it's a lead though. We're not talking comments, likes, and shares, although we'll show the importance of that in a second. I'm talking leads with first name, last name, phone number, and information about their insurance for $2 to $3 a pop that are exclusive to you that you don't have to buy, from lead marketplaces anymore. All right. So which platforms actually work the best? Obviously Facebook, I'll talk a lot about Facebook when it comes to social media. Facebook's good. LinkedIn, if you're going more the commercial route, is good. Instagram, believe it or not, if you figure out Instagram, it's actually something that's been really popular because they've hooked up with Facebook. Pinterest. The one thing I do not like, and maybe it works for some people, I don't like it, is Twitter. I don't use Twitter for the insurance business because honestly, that's really not effective. I never found it effective. I've tried my best at it. Some people say they've had some success, which good for you. But I just don't get into it. And then the last thing is when you're doing the social media stuff, you really want to find something. It's called Hootsuite, and you can actually connect all your accounts to one platform. So when you put it in one place, you can actually put it everywhere. Now you do have other things such as I think Allstate and Farmers has access to Hearsay Social, so you can kind of do that with Hearsay Social as well. But Hootsuite is a free service that you can do the same, and you actually have more options to be able to edit. Okay. And I apologize for going fast. Just want to make sure I get all done. So social selling is a little bit different. This requires some patience and actually building an online community. And that's where the likes, the comments, the shares, the posts, those types of things, that's where this matters. It matters in social selling. All right, because you're getting them introduced to yourself. Once you have an online community with those likes, those comments, the email list, whatever it may be, you now can spread your message to that many people. So that's why you hear so much about likes and things like that, because you are creating an online community. Of course, you're not going to get a lot of sales off a couple of likes. That's just not going to happen. So anybody that tells you that, they're lying. And you're not going to get pure leads from it, but you're going to eventually, if you have some patience, understand how to build that online community, and I'll show you how to implement that. You will be able to have your message out there to a ton of people. All right. And remember, content is king, and that's anywhere. This is a typical 80-20 rule. And the biggest thing, because Facebook is where, I mean, let's face it, there's 1 billion people on Facebook. So if you're looking at content on Facebook, I want to show you kind of, not show you, but I want to tell you how they show their content. So if you're just doing, you know, a pure Facebook post with just words, you're only going to have about 12 to 13% of your audience see that. Add a photo to it, that's going to go up to about 15 to 18%. You add a video to that, you're going to get over 20%. All right, because Facebook, remember, is a social network. So whatever they see out there, and the other ones do the same thing, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram. You know, videos always show the highest. And even if it's a simple iPhone video, if you're doing a quick, you know, how to, or a quick, you know, coverage thing, you know, training for clients, it's going to show your content way more than if you just put some words. The number one rule when you're doing any type of content sharing on social media is you got to at least have a photo. Never put a post out there without a photo. Okay. Secret number 2, the amazing power of email marketing if you do it the right way. Like I said, this was my favorite and you know, number one tool I use to grow. All right. So first of all, it's all about list building and how to do it. So you can do that several ways. Like I said before, when I mentioned the lead forms and how to obtain leads through funnels, things like that, you're going to capture emails when you do that. All right. So that's going to help build your list. Go through your current client list, because then you can send out things for referrals, cross-selling, things of that nature. And also any requotes and old quotes you have out there, hopefully you've been obtaining email addresses, or if you have access to something like eAgent, you can go in and quickly get all of your email addresses from your quotes, or even talk to a market leader in your company, and they might be able to get that for you. Okay, so that's the biggest thing, is you got to know how to build your list, which once again might take some patience if you don't have a lot going right now, but you can find them, you know, with your old quotes, current clients, and through funnels and lead forms. And then when you're building your emails out, you got to understand the power of a click. Any of you guys that have gotten my emails before, you will see that I'm big on clicking, because every time you do a click option out there, whether, you know, it's usually a link or a picture to a link, what that does is it makes the person take an action. And when you get someone to take an action, you're following them through a process you've created. And that's what email marketing is all about, is always having places to click. All right. And you got to use the proper tools for email marketing. My favorite one, and I'm going to put it out here, guys, because I feel you can't have a better tool than this. It's called aweber.com. And basically, you can edit everything. You can have links in there, clicks. You can do your own pictures, whatever you want. Now, you can, of course, use your Constant Contact, your MailChimp, or your company service. But the biggest thing is, as far as cost effectiveness and how much you can actually edit the information, Aweber is by far the best. But you got to have a platform. You can't just straight email from email server. All right. So if you're using Outlook or Gmail, you don't want to do that because there's restrictions and limitations. I think you can only email about 50 to 75 people at a time. And your list, once you go through and you scour your current customers, things of that nature, you're going to get a bigger list than 50 to 75 people. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I'm going to show you how to do it. But you want to make sure to have the proper tools for email marketing. Because remember, too, you don't want to be a spammer. You got to have the unsubscribe links on there. That's a requirement for any email content you put out there. So if you're just shooting emails out to people from a Gmail or an Outlook, you can get in big trouble because you don't have an unsubscribe link. Okay. All right. And then consistency. Okay. So the biggest thing with this is funny statistic, actually, with email marketing, with any industry, insurance included, is if you don't email your list at least once every 10 days, they've pretty much forgotten about you. I email my list because I'm real heavy into email marketing, about 3 to 4 times a week. Now, even if you're doing once or twice a week to start out, that's awesome. That's great. But you can't go more than 10 days. You got to be on top of it. And when you have a tool like Aweber or even Constant Contact and MailChimp, you can schedule your emails out. All right. So I recommend doing that. I might send 3 to 4 emails out a week, but honestly, I take 45 minutes on a Monday, get them all set for the week, and I'm done. So, and it's like I said, it's consistency, but it's also taking them through a process. And when you're doing emails, you want to make sure there's definitely content, not just hard selling. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about sales and my story about how I failed, and then came back. All right. So the old way, I listened to the experts in corporate, and that was pretty much, I bought a ton of leads. I telemarketed, I hounded prospects. I had my staff do a ton of cold calls. It took up way too much time, and my staff was absolutely drained. But then I developed a digital agency, and I didn't really realize it at the time. I just kind of built step-by-step, process by process. All right. So what I now do, the new way we did everything was every prospect had been introduced to us before we even talked to them, every single one, because we established that online presence and community. So if we were to now pick up the phone, or if they were to respond to something, they already knew who we were. They saw that we were an expert by our content we were putting out there. I can't preach enough. Content is king. Teaching your clients stuff, especially if you go into the hobby type stuff like motorcycle, boat insurance, their toys, things like that. People really resonate with those things. You know, a basic content about a home or auto insurance coverage, not going to get you a ton of attention. But if you go through their specialty type products, you know, or talk about claims or, you know, accidents and things of that nature that people can relate to, then you're going to have a much bigger response. But once you establish that online presence and community, people know who you are. They see you as the expert. So before you even have a conversation with them, they already have a sense of trust in you. All right. So here was our results once we actually started doing this. Like I said, we were only talking to prospects who wanted to talk to us. My staff was actually using their time to work on sales that mattered instead of wasting time on dead leads. And those were those internet leads or, you know, the junk that corporate would give me. And so they felt accomplished. We were all happier, less stressed, much more relaxed. But I also guided them with a great script that really is usable in any sales situation. And that's the elevator script and the sales conversation script. I'm going to show you how to do that and get that today. All right, so here's what happened. Within 30 days, we went from about 25 sales a month with 3 sales producers to about 54 sales a month with 1 sales producer, and then 75, 80, and we even got up to 100 and plus then after that point. And we continued to grow every single month because we kept it consistent. We kept on this stuff. If you just do this for a week or two, you're not going to see the results. But if you can keep doing this day after day, month after month, you're going to see the results and your impact of growth on your agency. And it's going to keep going as long as you keep doing it. All right. And then the biggest thing is without the efficient online processes, we would have still been just wasting a lot of time on dead work. All right. Because that's what this is about. It's about efficiency. It's about saving your time. Okay. And that's what we want to make sure we're doing here. So secret number 3, learning how to transform almost any offline process to an online method that is far more efficient. Now, I want to show you this cool graph. And the reason I'm showing you this, number 1, it's great information. So I encourage you to write some of this stuff down. But number 2, there should be a process hooked up to your agency with every single one of these. And then each of these processes can be transformed online. All right. So these are the number 1 reasons that there's holes in the sales bucket. All right, and I can't take credit for this. This is actually from a book called The No BS Guide to Direct Marketing by Dan Kennedy, who's a brilliant marketer. If you haven't checked out his stuff, you definitely should become a member of it's called GKIC. He really knows this stuff. So the biggest holes are no follow-up on referrals, no instant follow-up with new customers. That's for cross-sell and referral opportunities. One of the biggest I see, guys, that nobody uses, and I got an awesome online method for this, is no rescue of lost customers. So if you have terminated clients, a lot of people don't work those. But the reality is, believe it or not, outside of current customers, your number 2 sales opportunity is going to be your past clients. All right, the close rates on those are absolutely tremendously higher than a cold or a warm prospect. And then no capture of contact info, which drives me nuts. Every time you talk to somebody, you should get a phone number and email. And that should be a number 1 rule. That should be one of the things you start out with people is phone and email. Because once you have their information, that allows you to take care of the follow-up processes. Okay? So here's secret number 3. So number 1, we got to learn how to hack our database. And I don't mean stealing other agents' quotes. What I mean is understand where your quotes are in the databases, understand how to, what I call data mine those. All right. And get all the information, every audit you can run. If you have to call someone at corporate to do it, that's fine. But make sure you're taking advantage because your databases save everything you ever do in your agency. So you want to make sure you know and understand exactly how yours works. Because a lot of them have capabilities that are really limited when you just do a generalized search. You know, a lot of them max out at 999 when in fact you might have 10,000 quotes out there, which is real numbers. I've actually had agents that have used some of my tricks. They thought they had just shy of 1,000 quotes. We found 15,000. And those are free. You already got the information. So you got to understand how to hack your databases. And then also getting those tools combined with data services. So what I mean by that is one awesome trick, and I'm gonna kind of tease you and not even do that. I'm gonna tell you with that lost customer stuff. What you can do is go on Sales Genie and get a basic audit. And so it's pretty cheap to do that of people in your area. If you load that, a lot of you guys have a do not solicit tool within your company. If you put that in there, the do not solicit tool will give you an option to check out former customers. So once you run that audit, it'll tell you all your former customers, get that in an Excel sheet, and then all of a sudden you can see former customers of your company that probably have never been worked, whether they're your former customers or another agent's. There's no quote out there. You have no issue with quoting it. And that's just a great way to get leads, because remember, terminated old clients are some of the best and highest close ratios you can have, okay? And then also you want to develop a flawless requote process. And it's going to blow all the other stuff out of the water. Like if you're subscribed to Blitz, Velocify, DYL, whatever company it is, if you develop the stuff that I show you here through the email marketing, through mining your data for the quotes, through the Facebook content, your requoting process is going to be flawless, but it has to be consistent and done month after month. And then all this is going to just simply equal more time for you to do the important things. And I don't know what that is for you. Maybe it's family stuff. Maybe it's other businesses. Basically, you want to work on your business, not in your business. And all this stuff lets you do it, because once this is in place, guys, your staff can follow it, and it's simple. Okay. Now let's think about this. This is what you're going to be able to cut out when you actually get an online agency going. You're going to be able to cut out all your internet leads, all your SEO, paying a telemarketer. What you want to do is you can have less staff if you want to, as long as you're paying them fairly, which is a lot of commission based stuff. I'm always a big believer in your sales should be either 100% or draw commission. And you're going to get rid of aimless marketing like Yellow Pages and other media. So look at these costs, and these are not far out there. Okay, if you're looking at internet leads, you're going to cut out about 1,000 a month. SEO, you're going to cut about 200 a month. Telemarketing, 1,000 a month. Less staff, maybe 2 to 3 grand, depending on how much less you can go. And then the other aimless marketing could be another 1 to 2,000 a month. All right. So once you do this, at least these were my numbers. Yours could be a little less or even a little more. You think about if you were able to cut $6,700 a month out of your expenses. That's 80 grand per year. How many of you guys, just type in with an exclamation point, 3 of them, is how many of you guys would like to get an $80,000 a year raise? How many out there? I want to see how many people, out there would like an $80,000 a year raise. All right. Getting a lot of them coming in. Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Yeah. And that's what this can do for you guys. Like I said, these are my numbers. Yours might be more, depending on what you're spending. Okay. But 80 grand a year is nothing to sneeze at. Okay. And that's why all these processes are so darn important. So as you can see, once you implement these secrets and create a digital agency, your life and business can change forever. You got to believe me on that. I've seen it happen. But you can go ahead, you can take what I've shown you, go out and just start figuring out how to do it with all this information. You're all smart enough, more than capable of doing it. You wouldn't be where you are if you weren't. That is without a doubt. A lot of you guys I even have talked to before in the past, I know you're smart enough to do this. The problem is this. If you want to create this automatic machine, it can take several years and a lot of money. I spent probably about, that number's right, 50 grand in training alone when I owned my agency to figure all this stuff out. And then there was a lot of frustration with trial and error. And that was unfortunately money, I don't want to say wasted because I learned from it. But there was a lot of trial and error just to get it all right. Okay. But like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to ask you guys a few questions. Do you agree that some of this stuff has been at least a little useful? Did you learn some stuff today, some ideas generating in your mind, some notes hopefully you took, that might be able to help you going forward in creating a digital agency? Do you agree that it's been useful? All right, awesome. Great. Now, obviously, we can't cover all of it in this really short span. And even if we had an entire day together, there'd be way too much to go over to show you exactly the implementation portion of this. Okay. But I do have something that I want to give to you guys that's going to give you this implementation, going to give you this accountability. All right. So I'd like to share it with you if that's okay. Is it all right if I share that with you just to kind of show you what I got? Awesome. All right. I love the enthusiasm of this group. That's great. So old habits die hard. And I'm going to refer back to what I said at the beginning of this. Training is one thing, implementation is another. And so what I want to make sure we do is we show you not just the training, but implementing it and having accountability for you. So that's why I'm actually presenting this Digital Agency Masterclass to you today. And so what I want to do, I want to actually show you what this is about. This is the Premium Masterclass. This shows you how to implement everything. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to take you right into the site and kind of show you what it looks like. Well, not kind of show you. I'm going to show you. All right, so what this is, first and foremost, maybe you guys have seen before, I offered a 6-week, well, I still offer it, a 6-week digital agency masterclass. Okay, what it was 6 weeks of going through step by step how to implement. I gave people every template they need. I gave them all the information they needed. All right, through the 6 weeks. And on top of the 6 weeks, they got a one-on-one coaching call with me each week so we can make sure it was implemented. And I also gave them, a bunch of great resources down here, templates, and exactly what to do. So we went through lead generation, and this was basically how to get those $2 to $3 leads. All right, we went through online marketing basics for, it wasn't big, actually, it was pretty, as you can tell here, the training was actually pretty in-depth. We went through a lot of networking and affiliation information, how to do cross-sells and referrals online, all about email marketing, and I even give templates to email market, all right, exactly what they got to put in there and how to write the emails, and also everything we need to do with customer service, retention, things of that nature, how we do that online. And then, like I said, we had a ton of resources and some extra cool stuff down here too. All right, so that's what the actual masterclass looks like when people got it. Now, I will say this. All right, let me go back here. So I will say this. When you signed up for this, what they all got was exclusive trainings. Go ahead and gives you the resources that was pretty much done for you. They got templates and tools that take all the guesswork out of it. And it was an online portal that's 24/7 access forever. So once they did this, they got it forever. The 6-week class was $997. All right. Right now, unfortunately, I would offer you guys that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to sign you up for that, but it's full. Every time I do a 6-week class, it fills right up. So unfortunately, I don't have any spots left for that. But this is what I'm actually willing to do today for you. All right, so that was about a $14.91 value. I got a couple people that did go through my stuff here, and I don't like to read testimonials out loud, but they actually had great success. All right. Now, right now, I got a lot of, exclusive independent agency owners. That's the main people it's working for. Some life and financial specialists, medical and health insurance providers, but when I put this all together, I had a couple choices. I could go really cheap, sell as many as possible, but I don't have time to update it, and really the power to keep it awesome. The second option was to require a little bit of a higher investment, but then I got to provide a massive amount of info that guarantees success. And also allows me to make updates to this site too with information that doesn't get stagnant. So I want to ask you, if you could implement this stuff and get it right, would it be worth it if you could do it successfully for just like 3 months, right? Or even about a year? Or how about 10 years? Or just to have the retirement life you wanted, right? Remember why you got into this in the first place, okay? You got into this in the first place because you had goals, you had dreams, and you had numbers in mind that you wanted to do. All right. And you can finally give your family the life they deserve. All right. If you could just simply, number one, cut out those expenses of 80 grand we talked about. But number two, be able to go ahead and just get more business out of doing this. And let's look at the current marketing stuff you're doing. How are the investments going? Do you even know? You want to make sure if you're spending this kind of money, you should know the numbers. And these are tough to keep track of, and it's expensive. All right. How much is your return? What's your return for each of them? Because that's the other thing. It's one thing to have expenses, but if you're not getting returns, then unfortunately, it's a waste of time and money. Now, like I said, the original 6-week masterclass, which was including the weekly coaching calls, sold for $997. Okay, and now that I gotta tell you, it was a fraction of what the attendance gained in revenue within about 60 days. Like I said, I'm full on that class. Even if I wanted to sell you a $997 class right now, I can't. I just can't do it. It's full. Our next 2 sessions are actually full. But I do want to offer you this. What I want to offer you is that site okay, that I just showed you, full access to every training we did with the 6-week class. All right, so you are going to get all those web trainings, every single one, all right, to give you all the resources, and it's all going to be done for you. You're going to get all the tools and templates that they got to get the guesswork out of it, and you're going to get access to that same exact student portal for life, forever, 24/7. All right, so right there, that's a value of $1,491. First thing I want to add on is, even though I understand that I can't offer you the full 6-week class, I do want to give you this. If you're willing to sign up today for that portal, all right, in the membership site, I'm going to give you 3 one-on-one calls. That's only for the first 20 people that buy it through this training today. This is the only time I'm offering it, guys. That's it. We're not gonna have a bunch of other offers on this. This is it. So for the first 20 people, you're going to get 3 one-on-one calls with me directly to make sure it gets implemented. Okay. Another testimonial from Marie out in New Jersey. She's one of my clients, been with me a long time. So she loves the way we get leads, and she understands the value of what we do. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 3 other premium masterclasses within the membership site. So I'm going to give you our follow-up and close masterclass, our social media masterclass, and creating a sales letter masterclass. That is going to be for the first 15 people that buy today. All right, so let me recap. You get the all the information. Whoops, going too fast. I'm clicking too fast here. All right, the other thing I want to give you guys today is this. I actually am going to give you a full digital agency review and critique, and that's going to let me edit and change things for you and make sure you're getting amazing results. That's for the first 10 people that sign up today. And then the last thing, and this last bonus is something actually I've never offered before. I've only done it for private clients. But I want to give you guys a team call for your entire staff with an online conference. And so what that means, that's only for the first 5 people that sign up today. So what that means to you guys is that I'm going to go ahead and sit with you and your staff. We're going to go through every process, let them ask questions, sales scripts, whatever you want to go through is what we're going to go through. All right. And that's on top of everything. So let's go real quick. I'm not going to read it all out loud. Well, I'll do it real quick. So you're going to get all the web training, every template and tool, the full lifetime access to the portal. You're going to get bonus number 1 for the first 20 people, bonus 2 for the first 15, bonus 3 with the whole review and critique for the first 10, and then the team call for your entire staff. That's for the first 5 people. So if you're first 5, you get everything here today. Total value, $4,982. Okay. Now, what if all it did was give you that kick in the butt you need to run your business like you always wanted to, and also gives you the accountability with the phone calls? Maybe all it would do is cut out those 80 grand in expenses. All right. Would it be worth it then? Or make it so you wouldn't have to worry about your staff on a daily basis, because these automatic processes would be running with the agency, and you wouldn't have to micromanage everything. It could free up your time as a business owner, and the office was still making money. Would it be worth it then? If any one of these things were to happen, would it be worth it to have access to this exclusive membership site? So if I offered it today, about $4 grand, you could see why it would still be an okay deal. I think it'd be a good deal. All right. But because you're here, and this is the only time I'm offering it, I want to offer you full access to this site for a one-time cost, $297. You get the lifetime access. And on top of that, if it isn't working for you guys for any reason, it's a 30-day full refund. That's how confident I am. Okay. So I'm going to put a button here right to your right, and that's going to give you instant access. Remember, if you're in the first 5, you get every single bonus that we talked about today. All right. You get bonuses 1, 2, and 3, and access to the full membership site, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now let's talk about time versus money. So all this is meant to be more efficient, to save time for you. All right. So money, you get paid every single month from your company you work with or your carrier. All right. So money you're going to make again. Time you can't get back. So how much is it worth to make sure you get the most out of every second of your day and not have to waste time on those offline processes? And that's what this is going to do for you. Okay. That's what this site does for you. That's what this class does for you. That's what the phone calls with me does for you, is it allows you to do that. All right. So remember, you're going to get the full web training that gives you all the resources that are done for you service, every template and tool that's going to take all your guesswork out of it, the online portal that's exclusive, lifetime access, 24/7 forever. First bonus, if you're the first 20 people, you're going to get 3 one-on-one calls whenever you want with me. You're going to get the additional 3 premium masterclasses I mentioned. You're going to get the full digital agency review and critique. That's for the first 10 people that I go ahead and edit and change things for you. And lastly, the one that I've never offered before for the first 5 people is the team call for your entire staff with an online conference. Total value today of $4,982. Now, I want to do a quote real quick. Any of you that read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I love this quote. Poor people spend money on liabilities such as cars, boats, and toys. Wealthy people spend money on assets. And he described those as business investments, education, and training. And that's exactly what this is doing for you today. That's what all my stuff does for you is I want you to invest in the smart things, and the return is absolutely tremendous. You'll see the return. You'll see it within the first 30 days and understand why it was a good move to do this. Okay. So another guy, Chris here, he actually was a scratch agent, became the #1 agent in his company with Allstate in the state of Washington after he started working with me. All right. And he had access to all this cool stuff. So now you got 2 choices. First option, you can do absolutely nothing and not take this little tiny leap of faith. You'll wake up tomorrow in the same position. But I want to ask you, why did you log on today? Obviously, it was to learn something. Things might not be going exactly how you want to, so you stepped on here to learn something. Now, your second option is just to give up this small investment today compared to the value you get in return and give it a shot. You've obviously spent a ton more on a lot less. Even if you bought 20 internet leads, it's less than the $297. Okay, so click the offer button to your right, get signed up today. Remember, if you're in the first 5, and I'll have to see who that was. If you're in the first 5, you'll get every bonus. The first 10 gets bonuses 1, 2, and 3 on top of the whole site. First 15 get bonuses 1 and 2. First 20 will get bonus 1, and that's on top of everything else too. That's on top of the full course that the guys that paid $997 got. All right. So the real question is it worth a few minutes of your time and a few dollars to simply check this out? With a 30-day money-back guarantee, there's absolutely no risk to it. And imagine if it gives you even half the results of what I've told you so far. It's paid for itself in 30 days. All right. So go ahead, get started. You get instant access today, guys, by the way. Instant access, and you get access to it, and your staff does too. So there's a tale of 2 people. You got Disappointed Dave there on your left, and you got Superhero Sam on your right. Now, I don't like working with Disappointed Dave because he's the guy that'll show up to every training possible, do absolutely nothing about it, wake up the next day and wonder what he has to do to get better. Whereas Superhero Sam takes advantage of things, implements, and takes advantage of accountability. And that's who I like working with is the guys that are you guys that are still on this web conference. You are the Superhero Sams. All right, so go ahead, take advantage, be a superhero, get the instant access today to the full site with the bonuses. And remember, I won't go through it all again, but here's what you get. And depending on where you ordered, we'll go through and we'll see exactly where everybody got the bonuses here. And if you have a question on that, I'll let you know if you were in the first 5 or 10 or 15 or 20. Okay, but the total value of everything, $4,982 if I sold this stuff separate. One-time cost of $297 today, lifetime access with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if for some reason it's not working, just let me know. You get your full money back. Now, I'm not unique or special. I personally have never been the smartest person in the room. Literally took me 4.5 years to get an associate's degree. Spent over 10 years of trial and error to discover these secrets that I'm giving you today for a fraction of the investment I spent. And, you could spend countless hours and a lot more money to do it the hard way or be a part of this mastermind. All right. So why are you on today? I'm guessing it's wanted a change. You wanted something different. And that's what we're giving you the opportunity to do today. So click the offer button to your right and get going, with the Underground Agency Secrets Digital Agency Masterclass lifetime offer. It's only going to be offered here today. And this is everything you're going to get. And I'll let you know where you are in the bonuses. If you signed up, I'll let you know if you're 5, 10, 15, or 20, and I'll send that in an email to you. Total value, $4,982. All right. Steve, yeah, I think there was a mistake in the PowerPoint. When you click on it, it is $297, not $397. Okay. And Richard asked a great question. Why is this different from the Underground Agency Playbook? It's all new material. Everything in here is devoted to turning everything online. All right. So you're not going to get the same material. The base site is everything different. It's not going to be duplicated. All right. It's all different stuff dedicated to just simply making everything online, showing you exactly what content to put out there, how to get leads for $2 to $3. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. Give me just a second. I got some people saying it's $397 in the shopping cart. And it definitely should not be. Hold on. Give me just a second. This is a live training, so this is the beauty of I've always learned there's no mistakes when it's live. It's just live, right? All right, let me get into it, and let me see why it would say 397. That makes no sense. All right. Appreciate your patience here, guys. Hang tight with me, all right? And if for some reason you put the payment through and it did go as 397, I'll refund you that $100, obviously. All right, so it does say 397. All right, I'm going to change it right now. If you bought it for 397, guys, if it went through, I will refund you today immediately that $100. And I apologize for that. All right, there. All right, it's all fixed. So if you go on, it will be the 297. Now, I appreciate you guys. Terry, thank you for bringing that up. If you did purchase and it showed up at 397, I'll refund your $100 today. All right, I promise you that. And I'll go through and I'll make sure. Okay? All right, so it is 297. I promise you. I just changed it and updated it. If for some reason you got hit 397, I'll refund the $100 right away today. All right? So 30-day money-back guarantee for 297. It's all fixed on there, so you can go ahead and do that now. All right, and click the offer button to your right, and now it'll have the correct pricing out there in the shopping cart. If you did buy it and it said $397 after the purchase, I'll refund it immediately right after this. You'll see your $100 right back into your account. All right, now if you didn't sign up immediately, number one, could have been jaded by insurance marketing tricks in the past. I did too. That's why I offer this 30-day money back. That way, if you think it's a trick or not working, you can just refund it. If you think it's too much to do and don't think your agency can handle it, it might be seeming like that. But once you get it all done at first, you will go ahead and have it just running smoothly and automatically forever. And lastly, if you think it's too expensive, I get it. I was there. You know, $297 is a lot of money at times. Now, the one thing I always thought about was this. If I had a credit card or something and I thought there was actual value, I could put it on a credit card and, you know, say, okay, well, now it's a $20 a month payment, which, by the way, you'll get way more than that and be able to pay it right off within 30 days anyway. Okay, so if you think it's too expensive, that's always an idea that that I want to encourage you to think about. That way you know and understand that you actually have an option to almost finance it in a way through a credit card. All right, so click the offer button to your right, and that'll get you started $297. I promise you. It's changed now. If you did buy it for $397, I'll refund that $100 immediately. Okay? So real quick, I'm going to go through it again. We're almost done here, guys, so you can get going on your 3-day weekend. If you're within the first 5, you get the team call. First 10, you get bonuses 1, 2, and 3, the full digital review and critique, 3 additional master classes, and 3 one-on-one calls. And first 5 get all of those. First 10 get 3, 1, 2, and 3. First 15 get 1 and 2, and first 20 gets 1, plus everything that the people paid $997 for on the recordings. Okay, total value $4,982, and one-time cost today of $297. Terry, I will check with you, and the messages here are private. Terry, could you just email me or send me a message with your email, and I'll let you know. Okay, and then I'll see what spot you're in, and I'll make sure it all gets done for you. Okay. If for some reason it didn't go through, guys, I will let you know. In fact, I can check real quick. Let's see here. All right, I got people asking me questions. All right, let's see. Richard, you're all set. Yep. Terry, you're all set. Yep, you guys are good. Yep, I already went through. All right, Steve, you're all set. And the $297 is what was charged to you guys too, so good. All right, awesome. So one-time cost today, guys, $297. Let's see. And Let's see. We still are at, actually, we've got room on the first 10 people still. So I'd say sign up now. Well, maybe not. It's starting to come through. So one-time cost $297, lifetime access. Click the offer button to your right, and you can get this started today. All those guys girls and guys that purchased, thank you guys so much. Really excited to show you what this can do for you. All right, and I thank you for attending. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hang on the line for a little bit. I'll turn the mic off. I'm going to hang on the line for a little bit and just see what kind of questions you guys got and give you some more time to buy and get into that bonus opportunity. Okay, so hang tight here, and if you have questions, go ahead and type them in, and I'm just gonna kind of sit here and just answer any questions you guys might have. If you signed up, Rhonda had a question. So if you signed up and got registered and you attended, there's a recording for just you guys. Yeah, so you'll get that actually about 4 o'clock. Yeah, Terry, actually, can you show me your email real quick? I just want to make sure it's you because it doesn't. I think your first name might be different than Terry, right? Shoot me a message. It'll be private. Oh, actually, I got your email right here, Terry. Terry, you were within the first 5. So you got it all. What other questions you guys got here? All right. Well, it looks like everybody's good, and I appreciate you guys for the confidence and stopping in today. I hope you learned a lot, and can't wait to talk to you guys that signed up. Because so far everybody that signed up has been qualified for the calls with me, so I'm really excited about that. Which you'll be able to schedule those calls right on the site, so that's exciting. All right. So guys, other than that, I will talk to you later. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave the page up for a little bit in case those of you that wanted to go ahead and sign up and haven't done so yet. We're at about 18 purchases, so we got 2 spots left, for the first bonuses. All right, so if you want to sign up, remember 30-day money back, so no risk at this at all. Oh, Terry, I will take care of one of those then. All right. And then other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys staying out, and I hope you have an awesome Labor Day weekend. Have fun, be safe, doing whatever you're doing. Take Monday to recoup and relax if that's what you're doing. And, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And yeah, Terry, actually, I just took care of that. So you should see that. You should see an email come out about that. I'm glad you told me, though. So really excited to talk to all you guys who purchased today. Like I said, we got 2 spots left if you want to take advantage and get get the bonuses where we can talk one-on-one and make sure it all gets done for you. All right, guys, I'm going to leave the page up, but I'm going to take care and get going on my 3-day weekend too. Have a blast, right? Lots of policies starting next week. Let's kick off the last quarter of the year with a bang, and this is going to get you there. All right, and I look forward to talking to all of you guys at Purchase. Talk to you later. Bye.